Hi, my name's Wilx, and this is episode 3 of Project Ozone Lite. Today we're going to go over some extra utilities to grid power and how to set that up. We're going to show you what you can do with nature cores to increase animal spawns. We're going to use witch water to make wither skeletons. We're going to make a carbon jetpack. I'm going to show you what I'm doing with the staff of traveling. We're going to automate Soulsand for Nether Quartz. And I'm going to show you how I failed on using mechanical users for automated farming. I was going to rip it all out before I did the episode, but decided you might be interested in why I failed and what I tried. Normally I don't show you that stuff, but I thought it might have been interesting. So let's first off talk about grid power. So to make grid power, what we want to do is we want to make water mills. To make water mills, we're going to need stone burnt. To make stone burnt, you need a resonator, and you put polished stone in there. Resonator is the polished stone is just regular stone formed into polished stone. It's pretty simple. Block of cold, resonating redstone crystals. I'm going to show you how to make those in a sec anyways. So, but it needs grid power. And to do that, to start, I decided to use solar, because these are fairly easy. Again, the resonating redstone, the polished stone, lapis. That makes 3 of them. You need 8 grid power, so these each supply 1 grid power. So I made 3 sets of them, which gave me 9 grid power during the day. And those are them set up along there. That's 9 of them. And then I put in my polished stone here and got out my stone burnt. So there's a few other things we need to make. We need to make some ender shards. So that's just a glass cutter, which is easy. And then once you made the 8 ender shards, I put it with 8 or stacks of 8 redstone alloy. And I make my resonating redstone crystals. Then we come over here, and these are just redstone torches, planks, and I'm going to make some redstone gears, 16 of them. Then I put those in the center, these on either side, and I'm going to make myself 8 water mills. I'm going to take my 8 water mills, I'm going to place them down something like this. Well, exactly like this. Okay, once they're down, I'm going to need my bucket. Now, when we go to place the water for these things, you want flowing water on each side of these. And so you don't want it to be source water, and you want it to only be 1 block away from source. So if I put a source block right where that white is, it's now flowing on both sides 1 square away from source. So if I then go and do the same thing on the opposite corner, I now have flowing water on both sides of those, and this thing is generating 16 grid power just by its lonesome. But now I've got a whole bunch of these around here, so let's do the rest of them. And I'm just putting water on each of these white squares. Oops. Is that all of them? Yep, that's all of them. So now we've got 137, so it's 8 times 16 plus the 9. And so that gives us lots of grid power for things like speed upgrades in extra utility stuff, like the mechanical users. But I don't actually need it right now, but I wasn't going to rip it all down and then build it later, so I decided to show it to you this episode. It was a failed experiment. Now, I enlarged this a little bit, as you can see. And I was sort of complaining in the other episode about how I wasn't getting animal spawns. Cazador Sniper, the developer of the pack, came in and said what you're supposed to use is the nature cores that you get from reward bags. So now be careful when you place these things. You can't move them once they're placed. They're like bedrock that way. Now, from what I know, they create a little 3x3 block of leaves and wood and stuff. So I'm going to place them up on these blocks and give them room to make their own little 3x3. So I've got to be very careful how I place these. I don't want them to... actually, let's put them right beside my pickaxe. So we'll put that there. I'll break that block. Now, as you can see, I can't break this. I tried moving with a cardboard box. That didn't work either. Put that there. I'll break that. That there. And again, I'm going to stress it. Don't do this quickly. Do it carefully. Make sure you're aimed correctly when you go to place these, because you cannot move them. Now, you don't have to set them up the way I did, per se. Cazador Sniper said he just put his on the ground. But I thought this would look the best or whatever. Actually, those torches are too low. They've got to go up one. They're not going to work there. Sorry, I normally have this stuff all done for you. Actually, that's... there we go. As you can see, they're doing their stuff pretty quick here. No, that's still not going to work. Okay. So now, as you can see, these things are creating all sorts of grass and stuff as well. Oh, there's another torch. Oh, and I put these things back in. They're full. I got to empty them out sometime. And already we're getting animals. Now, to top this thing off, I put in, oh, you can't see the rest of it. I put in a hopper here, an absorption hopper. Inside it, I put one upgrade. So it covers a 9x9 area. So eggs or whatever from chickens, it'll pick those up. Oh, I was breaking blocks, so it picked some of those up. And I killed an enderman in there, so it's got some stuff in it. But let's say I have enough sheep. Do I have sheep? Horses, chickens. I got 1 sheep. 2 sheep. I've got enough sheep. So I don't need any more sheep. Move over a little bit. It won't reach you there. Yeah, it didn't do it. Oh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, somebody told me that this would work. No, it just died. Okay, so that didn't work. Somebody told me in the comments that if you used a sickle, you could kill those little things. And I've been waiting for a while to get them. Oh well. I'll go back to my sword, I guess. And chickens we'll keep around for something different. We'll talk about that next episode. But anyway, so animals are going to start showing up in here. I want to get some fluid cows, for example. However, in this pack, it does not have the ranchable fluid cows mod. So nothing I tried could ranch fluid cows. I tried a mechanical user with a bucket in it. I tried a reliquary pedestal with a bucket in it. Now, it could gather milk from regular cows in both cases, but it could not milk fluid cows. So I don't know if there's anything that can automatically milk fluid cows in this pack. Okay, that covers off that part of it. We got some mobs in here. What have we got? A zombie. So this isn't going to count, but okay. Anyways, what I set up here is a redstone torch under a piston. Above the so this keeps the piston extended. Then behind this block here, there is witch water, and the piston's blocking the witch water from running through. Am I got the correct spot? Yeah. And then it can run down one there. If I press this button, witch water flows through. And if I've got any skeletons in there, they're going to turn to wither skeletons. If I've got creepers in there, they turn to charge creepers. Kill him. There we go. And we can put away some of this loot that we got from them. Oh, let's open this one up. Whoops. Don't throw that on the ground. I'm going to have to start emptying some of the junk out of this one or move over to the next one. One of the two. Alright, and... Okay, so was that enough of an explanation? Oh, yeah. The reason this works is when I press the button, that torch turns off, then it turns back on. So as I press the button, the... can you see it? No, you can't. Let's break our way in. Oh, I still can't get in. Oh, well. I don't want to get in that... Well, yeah, I do. See, that's the piston stopping the fluid from coming through. Let's get that all back in place before something spawns. Well, it can't spawn. I'm here. That's right. Okay, staff of traveling. Shift, right click, and away we go. Now, I got this out of loot bags, I think. And I put it in here, and I'd charge it up. Now, notice all these bloody cables. These are a failed experiment, these things. They're supposed to form a multi-block. They didn't. So that's annoying me, no end. I'm going to be getting rid of these. For early power, I recommend you go with the magnetic ones. I'm going to build myself a reactor. I'm going to build a 5x5 reactor. I can come up with the stuff for that pretty easily. Probably the biggest thing I need is like 100 and some odd yellorium. And oddly enough, I'm going to need about 500-600 coal. And a whole bunch of lead too, actually. Which is something I might not have yet. So I'm going to have to do some sieving. I'm going to switch these into 8x8 so I do a stack at a time. It just annoys me when I'm doing like a 3/4 of a stack, then a third of a stack each time. Alright, carbon jetpack. So to make carbon, let's go jetpack. Is pretty easy. You need these raw carbon to get raw carbon. you cook a block of coal. Not a single coal, a whole block of coal gets you 1 raw carbon. And then you use that. 2 raw carbons makes 1 carbon ingot. And then we can use that to make a carbon jetpack, which is a lot easier than going through like this jetpack, that jetpack, that jetpack. So it's very good for early game. It handles 400,000 power, whereas that's the equivalent to the energetic jetpack. Mind you, it doesn't have as good, nearly as good an armor as the energetic jetpack. But it's good for early game. This will allow us to get over to that slime island. It'll help me in building the reactor and stuff. So let's build one. So we take 5 ingots like that. We need 2 thrusters. That's blaze powder. And then we place this in the center, thrusters there and there. And we've got our carbon jetpack. Now we're going to have to go give it some power. Oh, yeah, I built a vibrant capacitor. It was pretty straightforward. Nothing too difficult about that. Give it a minute to charge up, and we'll play with it. What else was I going to do? Showed you the staff of traveling. Automating Soulsand. Now, one of the things I wanted to automate the Soulsand, I needed a source of water. So I wanted the reservoir. Well, that's fairly easy to make. The issue is getting the quartz in the beginning. That's why I'm making the Soulsand, is so that I can sieve it for quartz. I didn't have the quartz. So I looked at the reservoir. Oh, I can't spell reservoir. Okay. Now, it can be hardened glass. So I figured, okay, I'll make an induction smelter. That's what you use to make hardened glass. So I did that. I made myself an induction smelter, and I made myself 8 hardened glass. Fused quartz, fused quartz. Come on, get to hardened glass. Well, it might take forever to get over there. Oh, well. Anyways, I made the hardened glass and discovered you can use 6 hardened glass. You still need 2 fused quartz. So I made a few Soulsand manually. And then, did I run out of... No? Oh, there. Just did it. And so it's been working away, making Soulsand. So basically what I've got is I put sand up here. There is mycelium there. There are barrels here. They're being fed water from below from the reservoir. Then each of these is piping out the Soulsand when it's done and putting it into here. So that's how I'm automating my Soulsand production. Is this thing finished? Yep. Now I haven't tried this at all, so let's see how this works. Seems to work pretty well. That took very little of the power at all. All right, so let's talk about the things that I failed on. Oh, you, what are you doing over here? Okay, this was my attempt. I was using mechanical users. I made the paper sieves last time where they were indestructible. I thought they'd do a 3x3 area. They don't. As you can see, they're only doing the one straight in front because you got to press use item on block. You don't have to use a paper sieve. You could use a stick if you're only doing one. Now, you probably want to enchant it with looting or something, but you might even be able to do that with a stick. Sticks have no durability. That's why I'm mentioning them. And then what I was going to have was this hopper here. It was going to pull the stuff up, stick it up in here, and go from there. So most of these I have done manually for now. The reason I wanted the grid powder was at first I thought my problem was I just didn't have enough speed on them and they were taking too long, so I was going to put in speed upgrades. But that didn't solve the issue at all. It just doesn't do the 3x3. Now, you could use these if you wanted. Probably the best way to set them up, if you did, now keep in mind you're only getting one plant at a time, is I'd put them right over top. The plants will grow with the thing right over top. Didn't seem to slow them down at all, not being able to see the sky. Other plants have needed an open block above them. These ones don't. So you can put the mechanical user right above them and just plaster them with mechanical users. But that sounded dumb to me. Inelegant. So I'm going to go with a standard farming station. And I'm going to build one with octuple. I'm not sure. In Project Ozone 2, it was 19 by 19. I don't think it's supposed to be that big normally. So we'll see how big it is. I'm probably going to, because I don't have a 20 by 20 around here, I'm going to put it up in the air 4 or 5 above this. And do it that way. Now, these Endermen are becoming annoying. So what I'm going to do over here, because for the area with the animals, I could put down half slabs all around so they can't spawn on the half slabs. But I can't do that down here. Oh, I got my first fluid cow. What have I got? He's Resident Ender. Pretty cool. But inconveniently, as I said before, where's my bucket? Oh, I got my bucket right here. You can't ranch them. So I can do them manually, but I can't ranch them. And I think you can just pull fluid out of them right away again. I don't know if they have to wait. We'll see. Now these things don't seem to be going underneath them. Maybe I should have put them on the ground. Because when the grass is there, they may not knock it down. Oh, and I'm getting trees, damn it. I don't want trees. The grass that's missing. I wonder if that's the same cow? Yeah. I'll probably move him out of here. I don't think those things need grass. Sheep need grass to get fed. Those things don't. So I'll probably just put him in a little thing, making him easy to get the stuff out of. Oh, and the sheep, since I don't need you, I just kill you like that. His stuff goes up in here. Rid of some of that stuff. And it's going to get sucked up into there. But eventually it should grow all the way to the ground if I get rid of the grass underneath, I think. I don't know if it's going to overwrite that grass. I'll leave the grass and see if it overwrites it. Oh, let's check and see if we got some skeletons. Oh, we got a creeper at least. And a skeleton. Perfect. Okay, so we press the button. It's going to push them all down to this end. And we got a nebulous heart. You do get better stuff from the charged creepers. Okay, but I guess that covers it for this episode. Whoops, there we go. Don't want to go too high. I don't have boots of falling. Oh, I've got the jetpack. It's probably saving me now. Actually, one more thing just before we go. Well, let's go over and take a look at this island. Oh, we can go... Nothing spawned over here yet. Yeah, so I'd probably have to hang out around here for a little while if I want to see things spawn. Ooh, I really should have made myself a waypoint. Let's see how much power we got. Oh, plenty. It's used almost nothing. So those things work out pretty well. Okay, so that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you next time. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.